Hi, I'm going to talk about how to use in-text citations in your letter. Okay, so let's say I'm writing my letter to the clothing company and I want to put a quote in my letter. So I'm going to look in this article, Child Labor Scandal Hits Adidas. And I know that there's a really good quote right here. Children as young as 15 are made to work 15-hour days, expected to do at least 70 hours a week, and punished for refusing to do overtime, paid less than $60 a month. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so I want to use this evidence because this is pretty convincing that Adidas needs to make some changes when it comes to child labor. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my letter and I'm going to paste that information right there. I'm going to fix this up so it looks like a paragraph. Okay, and this is a quote, so I need to put quotation marks around it. Now, I need to cite my source, meaning I need to tell my reader where I got this evidence. And in this case, I'm going to use an in-text citation. So this is what that looks like. When you use an in-text citation, you identify who wrote or said what you were quoting, and you do it just by saying something like this part right here. According to the author, or the author claims, the author writes, the author declares. So anything in this box will help you. You're basically just telling us within the text of the letter that you got your quote or paraphrase information from this author. Okay, I'm going to just use the first one, according to, and I'm going to look and see if I can find an author. Okay, so back to the article. We need to find the, to see if there's an article, excuse me, we need to find if there's an author. Yep, here's an author right here. And so actually when you do in-text citations, yeah, I can just say, according to Jason Burke. Okay, so I would use the title of the author first. Now, if there is no title, if there is no author, excuse me, then I would use the title. Okay, so let's try this. There's definitely an author. So I'm just going to do what it says right here. I'm going to say, according to Jason Burke. Okay, so let's go back to my letter, and I'm going to put that right at the beginning. According to Jason Burke, comma, there's my quote. Okay, that's my in-text citation. I told you within the text of the letter where I got my information. Now let's just say if there was an article that has no author. Let's see if I can find one real quick. Child labor Adidas was my search. Okay, let's just try this one. Child labor scandal. Oh, sorry, that's the article I was using. Let's try a different one. Maybe this one. Okay. Oh, there's an author here. Well, I'll show you how to do this one. So if I wanted to take a quote from this article, same thing. I would say, oh, I like this quote, where the management gets people to hide in the bathrooms so there are fewer people on the production line and it looks more efficient. So let me copy it and I'm going to paste it right here. Okay, so I'm going to paste that right there. So same thing. I am going to say, let me use a different one this time. I'm going to say, the author writes. The author writes. Okay, so let's look who the author is from that article. And for this article, excuse me. Okay, for this article, it's Kathy Marks. So I am going to say Kathy Marks writes. So let me go back to my thing. Okay, Kathy Marks writes, and there's my quote. Oh, let me do a comma. And there's my quote right there. Kathy Marks writes, and I use my quote. Okay, so again, if there is an article that doesn't have an author listed, you could just cite it by the title. You could say also in the article, and then put the title of the article in quotation marks. So also in the article, let's see if I can find a good one. Let's check out this one. Oh, wow, all of these articles have authors. That's good. That's unusual. We'll try one more. That's the same one. This one. Okay, bingo. I'm not seeing an author right up here at the top. So in this one, I'm going to actually just cite it by the title of this, which would probably be right here, Labor Behind the Label. So if I wanted to do a quote from this article, we're forced to take overtime, so at least it supplements our take-home pay. Okay, they're forced into overtime. So also in the article, so I'm going to put the title, Labor Behind the Label. Labor behind the label, comma, and now there's my quote. Okay, so the reason I put the title in quotation marks is it shows the reader that that's a title. Okay, let's review. So when you're going to do an in-text citation, you're going to put the author's name right before the quote or paraphrase information. You can say, according to Jason Burke. You could say, Jason Burke wrote that. Okay, I did that here. Kathy Marks writes. There's my quote. If there is no author, you should use the title in your in-text citation. Also, in the article Labor Behind the Label, let's see, it says that we are forced to take overtime. Okay, let me make that look good. 12 point. And that's it. So in-text citations tell you right in the text of the letter who wrote the information.